bronchitis. Um, but I know a doctor. Oh, uh, joining me now, speaking of doctors, my friend and brother, live from the National Newspaper Publishers Association annual convention, Dr. Benjamin F. Chavis Jr. Hey, man, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Brother Mark. Doing fine. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we're here in Norfolk, Virginia, and Hampton Roads, and we have black-owned newspaper publishers here from all over the United States at our convention. And you know, we are more determined than ever, not only to keep the black press alive, but to make sure that the black community, that black America stays alive in face of all of the headwinds that we are facing, from the Supreme Court to the White House to police departments, shootings of black people. I mean, we need the black press today more than ever before.
Yeah, no question about it. So what convention is this? This must be the 100th some odd annual.
191st year, 191 years.
Good
since
gracious.
1827, and when Freedom's Journal was first published right there in New York. The black press has not missed a week. We have not missed a beat for 191 years. So that's what we're celebrating at our convention this week here in Norfolk, Virginia.
So, Ben, the 191 years, man, any of you listening, 866-99 series, 866-997, any of you who remember or were around in 1827, give us a call. Who remember those 191 years? I know some of y'all are out there. But I got that joke from a preacher was preaching a church anniversary once, Ben, and he said the church was 150 years old. He said, anybody who was around when the church was founded, please stand. But
exactly.
but no, man, congratulations on that. And I was with Reverend Jackson was with us all week. He was on the show in studio the past couple of days.
Right. We're giving Reverend Jackson our highest award tonight.
He told me he was on his way down there. He told me that last night. So and I apologize for not getting down there myself. My schedule got crazy, and you know how that is. But next year we're gonna make a big plan to be there, because my first job in the media, I went from writing in a high school newspaper to writing for the Washington Afro-American. My first job in media was with
Francis Murphy.
With the black press. But Ben, you know what I think is important is we need to have some context here. What happened in Annapolis yesterday? Small paper. Don't we need to raise our level of conscientiousness, awareness, and safety? I mean, this could have happened to any small paper, including a small black newspaper.
We're right after this next panel. Yes, that's correct. It could have happened.
Yeah. And not only that, we know that there's been a history over time of these types of attacks happening to the black press over the past 200 years. Bombing, shootings,
absolutely.
Everything.
Shooting, bombings, dynamiting, firebombing, shots. In Wilmington, they dynamited the Wilmington Journal.
Right.
During the Wilmington 10 days. And there was a black couple living on top of the newspaper. You know, thank God they were not murdered. So these things are vicious. But, you know, there's a green light right now on the attack on the press. Keep in mind, all these attacks, physical as well as political attacks on the press, is part of the trend, the right-wing trend, the right-wing direction, the right-wing backwardness of the United States of America right now.
Yeah. No, and I would definitely agree with that. One of my questions I asked in the last hour in Friday Morning Fights, Ben, was should Trump be held accountable after what happened at the Gazette yesterday for his demonization of the media himself? You've never had a president demonize the media the way he does. He's even worse than Nixon.
As bad as Nixon was, as bad as Tricky Dick was, you know, he never said go out and burn down the Washington Post. He didn't like the Washington Post, but he never asked people to attack them. And, you know, now at one of Trump's rallies in South Carolina, he said something negative, and the people in the audience were getting ready to go physically attack the people in the press.
Yeah.
So it's a dangerous situation. It's, you know, I tell people all the time, rhetoric will lead to action. People have to be careful what you put out there in the environment, because it will come back in terms of somebody listening, sometimes somebody reacting. And, you know, so yes, the President of the United States has to be held accountable and responsible for what is happening now in America. Also, with all these police killings keep happening, where's the Attorney General? The Department of Justice is silent on the murders of black people by police officers. They're silent.
Yeah. We also, you know, it's interesting. The shooter yesterday, Ben, was apprehended alive. We get shot. Our young kids get shot by the police, and they aren't even in the commission of a crime.
Exactly. We're trying to run away from the police and get murdered, and they capture somebody who just shot 5 people, murdered 5 people, and of course they don't tase him. They don't beat him with billy clubs. You know, the guy who killed all those people at the South Carolina church, as soon as they arrested, they took him out to a fast food restaurant and bought him a hamburger.
Yeah, that's right. They should have took him to Burger King. I wonder if they took the Ramos yesterday to a fast food joint. Folks, this is what the black press's purpose is, what they do, to give us a more objective and a more real view of the news. And what Trump has done is try to convince everyone that all news is fake. Anything that's been around 191 years ain't fake. You know, that is very, very important. I see Chuck D is praising the NNPA's, National Newspaper Publishers Association's Black Voter Drive, man.
Right, on blackpressusa.com. And you know, we're getting some success in Georgia and Alabama, even in Texas. The black voter rolls are increasing, and turnout. That's very important. So, you know, we have to have a remedy. I said that 2018 has to be the payback year. So we're adding 5 million more blacks to register to vote, and then we're going to want millions of blacks to turn out. We want the largest black voter turnout in November in the history of black America. And this is important. Look at the Supreme Court and all these other things, and governorships races. You know, Ben Jealous won the Democratic primary in Maryland. We got a sister down in Georgia winning the primary in Georgia for governor. So there are more than ample reasons why we should vote. Every vote counts as long as you vote.
Yeah. And by the way, Ben Jealous, folks, is a former NNPA president himself.
That's correct. He came right out of the black press and to the NAACP. I was telling Ben we playing musical chairs. I was the head of the NAACP. He became head of the NAACP.
Yeah.
He was head of the NNPA. Now I'm the head of the NNPA.
That's right.
He's a good brother.
Yeah, no question about it. The importance of that voter registration drive, too, Ben, it's critical now that we know what's really going on. Trump's going to get another Supreme Court nominee. If we don't do something,
if the Democrats allow him, the Democrats need to do to Republicans what Republicans did to the Democrats when Obama was president. You know, if we have to throw down on this, I wouldn't give in 1 inch on allowing another guy, the conservative, to be appointed to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't at all. But that's why us getting registered to vote. I had Malcolm Nance in studio with us Wednesday, Ben. And he says he expects not only for the usual voter suppression to occur in November, but for the Russians to hack again. So we have to double our efforts to get people registered to compensate for the hacking and the suppression.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
well, listen, man, we want to just thank you, Mark, for every 2 weeks to allow the NNPA to come on your show. It's so vital. And you know, you're part of the black press on radio as well as on social media, and we want to really express our gratitude to you as you make it happen every morning.
Well, Ben, I appreciate that, man, and I miss you all. I really, really do wish I was there. I'm a little under the weather, but I'll be with you in spirit. Give everyone my love. You know, I love you. Ben and I have known each other for years. You know, Ben, I'm gonna send it to you and get off the air. I was looking at some old video of Reverend Jackson announcing his presidency, his run in '84, and as he walks in the Washington Convention Center, you were right there on the front row.
That's right.
I'm gonna send you that later. It's really a cool clip, so you all can share that tonight when you award Reverend Jackson. Benjamin Chavis, BlackPressUSA.com, BlackPressUSA.com. Ben, love you, man. Give everyone my love in Norfolk. And then we got to talk about the Chicago Reader next time, because Dorothy Lavelle and you all are taking that over, and that was good news when we heard that a couple of weeks ago. Okay.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you. Now.
All right, Ben. Take care now.